Single officer police stations were established across the state. Many of the new recruits came straight off the boat from the United Kingdom and couldn't ride a bike or a horse.
Back in the 1860s and 70s, there were only about 275 police officers across Queensland, and most of them were based at ports along the coast. By 1881, the state was split into divisions, and as the population spread, officers were posted to more isolated areas. Some of those were single officers with Aboriginal trackers.
And it wasn't really worthwhile, I guess, or economical to send more than one police officer until you realised maybe what was going on in the town or what was going on around the town.
Over the following years, 22% of the state stations were manned by just one officer.
What your life was like really depended on what was going on in town. So if you had a railway coming in, or you had shearers, it was a shearing season, or there was going to be a big population boom, that would have been very difficult as a single officer station, and if possible you would have got some help from other stations.
In the late 19th and early 20th centuries, many officers only had a tent to live in and also to work from.
Obviously trying to do all your paperwork would have been rather difficult, and more than likely would have spent a bit of time in the pub, which was a bit of a no-no if you were on duty, but out there you're on duty 24/7, so I guess you just did what you could do to get the job done.
Retired policeman Jock McDonald was just 19 when he moved to Cowan in the far north. He has documented what life was like in the state's remote Cape York Peninsula in a book, including when a police officer burnt down a station to steal some money, and how, not surprisingly, relationships with the locals were often quite strained.
The police had to come in and repress them, and that included shooting. That's conceded. That happened on occasions in those very early days.
Due to their isolated locations, many of the single officer stations were the last to receive services such as flushing toilets, running water or even electricity. It was a pretty tough life. These days, however, technology has helped change that.
There's air-conditioned houses and that now, whereas I think we had a kerosene fridge, an old wood stove and a long drop toilet out the back and coal showers.
Senior Constable Fred Bagley has been a single officer in charge at Morani Police Station west of Mackay for 25 years, and he encourages new recruits to give it a go.
Instead of going to nightclubs, perhaps go to rodeos and shows and gymkhanas and just see a different aspect of country people.
This is Peter Byrne reporting for 7 Local News.